Coming up on ATV News, warm in the west, cold in the east. A new study tells us why. Hunger is a worldwide problem. We'll take you to a dinner that helps feed others by not feeding you. These students are building robots, but what are the robots doing for them?
Last time the Aggies faced the Running Rebels, they lost a heartbreaker in overtime, but they didn't have these guys.
In weather, a storm is coming. We'll tell you if it's gonna pack a punch.
All that and more, this is ATV News. Welcome to ATV News. I'm David Matthew Stewart.
And I'm Tamara Bradley. Thank you so much for joining us.
You may have noticed that winter has been a little later than usual, a little warmer than usual, but did you know that these warm temperatures may be caused from a drought in California? Our Alicia Facer is live with the story. Alicia.
Thanks, David. I'm out here on the quad where it is windy and it's overcast, but for February, it hasn't been that bad. However, it's not like that for everyone, especially on the East Coast, where right now they're having record low temperatures. That may not be a sound you're expecting to hear at the end of February, but with these warmer temperatures, places like Second Dam have little to no snow and low water levels. Some researchers believe that these temperatures point to one thing.
Global warming is contributing to the intensity of the drought in the west and then the cold and wet in the east.
A study of the California drought found a high pressure ridge over the west coast, causing the warmer temperature, and low pressure over the east, causing their severe winter. Both of these are believed to be changes in ocean temperatures.
The intensity of the California drought and the drought that is spreading the southwest, as well as the continuous coldness, dampness, and snowiness in the east coast.
The East Coast lay covered in snow. Bob Oravec, a meteorologist for the National Weather Service, says that Boston already has 98.7 inches of snow this year. That's 68 inches above the average 31. Brooklyn temperatures were around 4 degrees, beating the record low of 7 degrees set in 1950. According to weather.gov, February gave states in the east, like Pennsylvania, record low temperatures and high snowfall. State College averages 46 inches of snow, and they're well above that. So far, this winter weather has us either dressing like this or bundled up like this. But how will this lack of snow and water affect our spring?
The dryness will still persist because even though if we have a normal spring, the dryness in winter will cancel that out. So we will have overall a drier cold season.
Though the lack of snow and early start to spring have been good for some people, it leaves others worried.
I'm enjoying the weather now, but I feel like if it's 60 degrees warmer than it's supposed to be now, what's it going to be in June when it's normally 100 degrees? And it's going to be really hot and dry and make a lot of the summer things a lot less fun.
Alicia Facer, ATV News. So even though it's been really warm and people have been loving this weather, it actually may not be a good thing come spring and summer. I don't know, what do you think, David?
I'll really miss the sun, but I think we need the moisture. Thanks, Alicia.
Did you go to bed hungry last night? If you are in the United States, the answer is probably not. But in parts of the world, it's a different story. ATV's Connor Camo shows how one group on campus is helping people learn about poverty all around the world, sitting at their own table for dinner.
It was dinner and a lesson in the TSC ballroom on Monday night as the student organization STEP hosted its annual hunger banquet. The purpose of it was to educate people about poverty throughout the world. During the evening, items from different countries around the world were put on display. Guests also sat in different income areas based on the color of card they drew. High-income guests sat at tables, medium-income guests sat in chairs, and low-income guests sat on a tarp on the floor.
Tonight's benefit was for an organization for the Valor Christensen Service Center called STEP, also known as Students Together Ending Poverty. The goal of tonight's program was to help raise awareness for poverty, not just in the United States, but in other countries around the world.
We do monthly service projects. We try to work with a community partner for each service project, and we just do things to help the community.
The event was co-sponsored by Oxfam America, a global nonprofit organization dedicated to help with poverty and hunger worldwide.
So we just try to end hunger, poverty, and social injustice by volunteering, tabling at concerts, tabling around campus. We do fundraising, hunger banquets. And yeah, so that's pretty much what we do for that.
Proceeds from the event were donated to various charity organizations to help fight poverty. Connor Camo, ATV News.
To learn more about STEP and other service opportunities, go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/AggieTVNews.
Walmart has been in the middle of a battle over wages and working conditions, and last week they shot back.
Today, we're announcing a series of important changes that demonstrate our commitment to you, our associates.
Walmart CEO Doug McMillan announced that Chain is making changes, and one will be how much money employees get paid. Right now, minimum wage is $7.25 an hour, but Walmart says they'll start employees at $9 an hour, with the average part-time wage going up to $10 an hour. The average for full-timers is going to be hitting $13 per hour, and Walmart says they're hoping this will make them a little bit more competitive as an employer. Hopefully it will also offer more opportunities for their employees.
We're excited that we're going to get extra money to take care of our families. There's a lot of people that work here to take care of their families.
For more details on these changes, you can visit our Facebook page at facebook.com/AggieTV. He's ranked 4th in the world, but we're not talking football or swimming. He builds model robots for Jamie. Our Jamie Son went to the VEX Robotics State Championship to show you how the kids have taken their toys to the next level, and hopefully the next level after that.
This team is practicing right before the VEX Robotics State Championship. VEX is the largest competitive youth robotics league in the world. 32 middle school and high school student teams from all over Utah came together on Saturday with one goal: tickets to the VEX National and World Championships. Unlike other robotics competitions, students get a whole season to improve their robots as they compete.
The robots get better and better. So you're seeing robots that are easily 2-3 times better than they were in November.
And many students, in hopes of getting to the finals, were still trying to fix their robots even right before the match.
It always happens, like we've been ready all week and all good to go, and then all of a sudden last night just everything hits.
This season's challenge is putting the structural cubes on the gray post in a given time and building the 7 segments of yellow cylinders.
This may look like something that will normally control a video game, but these high schoolers behind me are not wrecking any points on their Call of Duty, but instead they are building their ways into their future career.
Cooper Gray, a Davis High School student, is ranked 4th in the world in robot driving skills, hoping to be top ranked by the end of the tournament.
I walked in, I didn't know the difference between a screwdriver and a wrench, and now I'm building world-class robots.
Gray did not get the plane ticket to the World's Championship, but his prospects are still bright. He wants to study either space or water programs at Utah State, or really anything that lets him do this.
I want to be able to create a robot that can change society. I just love robots.
Jamie Sun, ATV News.
There are 2 remaining final championships, national and world. The winners from the state competitions will go either to the national or the world in April.
Well, coming up next, we'll show you an event that turned engineers into fun-gineers.
And looking for something to do Friday night? We'll show you the monthly event that's sure to surprise you.
Sorry, I've got big ideas.
As a college student, you have big ideas to make a big difference on campus. Why not get funding for those ideas in a big way? The Blue Goes Green Grant provides funding for student sustainability projects. These projects help USU students be more environmentally responsible, live healthier, and save money. To find out more, go to usu.edu/BGG. Get funding for your Blue Goes Green idea in a big way. Blue Goes Green.
Welcome back. If you like learning about science, you may enjoy USU's monthly Science Unwrapped events. The last one was on Friday. A crowd gathered in the Emmert Auditorium of the Eccles Science Learning Center to hear ecologist Karen Kettering. She discussed a European need called Phragmites and how scientists are trying to get rid of them. After her speech, the audience participated in activities outside the auditorium, including a magnetic ball dropping slowly down a tube.
I like all Science Unwrapped. This one I found more enjoyable than normal.
And this hair-raising one. You can catch the next Science Unwrapped on March 20th in the same auditorium. For a list of upcoming events, you can check out the link on our Facebook page.
Engineers have a reputation for doing math in laboratories, but USU's Engineering Community Night showed off the fun side of getting out of the lab and having a blast.
3, 2, 1.
It was an explosive start to an eventful evening. The engineering department hosts an event every year so the community can come and enjoy student demonstrations and presentations. This year, people at the event said that the highlight of the evening was a giant plastic ball that you get inside of and roll around in. They also had a virtual gaming demonstration and baby goats to pet.
Engineering is a lot of fun because you get to make stuff and do stuff that not many other people do.
If you'd like more information on Utah's engineering program, please visit our Facebook page for a link.
When you have a pineapple in your salad, have you ever wondered where the top of it ends up? At Utah State, it used to go in the trash, but for this last month, it's been composted for landscaping. Christopher Campbell had the opportunity to see the new compost machine and brings you the story from there.
This machine does more than mix dirt. Its design helps microbes grow, which will give the finished product, called compost, nutrients for plants. The compost contains wood chips and unused food parts from dining services. The compost starts off as food waste, and it will eventually end up in flower beds like this. Dining Services Director Ellen Anderson said his department isn't in the program for financial benefit, but to help USU sustainability.
Anything we can do to make the environment better is part of our core value of teamwork. And so we look at it just from that way. Anything we don't have to put in landfill is better. If we can reuse it, recycle, whatever we can do with it is a great thing.
The microbes are...
Sustainability Coordinator Alexi Lamb said the university can benefit financially from this compost.
It also allows us to offset some of the soil supplements or other things that we might have purchased. Now we can produce it ourselves with our own landscape waste and the food that's coming from campus. So it's kind of closing the loop there.
This is creating a cost savings for facilities. They used to have to buy compost, to do all the gardening and all the landscaping they do across campus. Now they're producing their own. It's a lot cheaper.
Anderson said he likes the fact that this project brings several departments together.
Too often you see departments on campus that get departmentalized and they kind of more interested in what's good for just them. So it's been great to see a lot of different departments come together.
Christopher Campbell, ATV News.
For more information about USU Sustainability's upcoming events, you can visit the department's webpage, and we'll also post a link to our Facebook page.
Well, it certainly has been warm this winter, and I have to say I'm a bit disappointed.
I know, it's been really nice, but I'm wondering if anything's going on to change soon, or like if it's going to stay like this. I'm not really sure. But we'll check in with Caroline Peterson, who is live on the quad, to get a little more info on what the weather's going to be like.
Thanks, guys. I'm here out on the quad where it's a little bit chilly, but still a lovely 46 degrees. Is there a storm in the forecast? We'll let you know after the break.
Today, 1 out of every 4 American kids is Hispanic. That means many of the future doctors who will care for us, the engineers who will build our cities, the scientists and entrepreneurs of our country can be your kids. We all know how hard it is for you to send them to college. This is why we want you to know you are not alone. And every day more people support you to make it happen. Many support you. And the Hispanic Scholarship Fund helps you prepare, plan, and pay for your kids' college education. hsf.net.
Read to a child today and spark a lifetime of ambition.
Of the students that are doing the running for student council. If you have not yet voted, you can do so at vote.usu.edu. Now let's take a look back to weather at our national map. As you can see, not a lot of activity that is going on, but some things are going down here in the east. You can see in Nebraska and all the way down into Louisiana and Mississippi, they are getting some snowfall and precipitation. This movement is caused by the high temperatures in the atmosphere pushing this all the way through. Now let's take a look at the west coast. Not a lot going on, as you can see, but we are still getting a little bit of snowfall. Let's take a look closer at the Utah map. A little bit of precipitation down in here, not a lot up in Logan area, but we are planning on getting some snowfalls this week. Let's take a look at the 7-day forecast. Wednesday today, it's been a beautiful, sunny, gorgeous day, 45 degrees. And as we go throughout the week, Thursday is where you'll want to plan on maybe bundling up. There will be some snow showers in the morning that will turn into rain showers throughout the day. There's a 50% chance of rain. Now, as we go throughout the week, as you can see, consistent temperatures of 44, 44, and 40s. But now, let's look at the end of the week. Here on Tuesday into next week, there will be some snow showers that will end up giving us about an inch of snow. So if you're into winter sports or any winter activities, just plan on that snow coming next Tuesday.
Yeah,
So
that's good for skiers, I guess. So
definitely, yeah. So if you're into that.
I'm
for
not, but I
sure.
love, my garden needs it, so.
Yeah.
Thanks, Caroline.
Yep, no problem.
Well, the weather has been really nice. We've all been enjoying that, but here's something else we can enjoy. Let's toss it over to sports, where Chris has the lowdown.
Yeah, it's been a crazy weekend. And when we get back, we're going streaking. Well, not really, but we can still show you who's hot and who's not, even though they're wearing a lot. That's Bailey McIntyre, who nearly sticks the landing there, but despite setting the season high on both the uneven bars and the vault, the Ags were unable to upset the 23rd ranked SUU. they seemed to have a chance to redeem themselves in a match as they had to Cedar City for a tri-meet with their Denver opponent as well. My name's Chris Hyde, and I'm not really Irish. Let's get right into it then, shall we? First up, on men's basketball, the team played host to Fresno State Saturday night. The Bulldogs are known for their pesky defense, and it leads to this layup. Even though Jalen Moore got back, he wasn't able to stop that dunk. So Julian Perry shows his defensive mentality here with that hustle, and then look at the quick hands here. He just strips the ball and goes coast to coast. Oh, but he gets fouled. But that's okay, because he had plenty of scoring after those. So after that block, you see Jalen Moore pass the ball ahead and get the deuce. So they're playing pretty well offensively, moving the ball around. Ooh, and that's a sick crossover. He just crossed him up. And, oh, you see that? That's what we like to call separation. And it leads to easy buckets, or in this case, free buckets on that goaltending. It also gets shooters like Darius Perkins going. And you see here, he is on fire as he hits again from beyond the arc. And he goes off for 19 points. And with this corner three, you see the dribble penetration again, leading to that corner three. He gives USU the lead, and paired with this block, that finishes up. The Aggies pull out the win, 85-79.
Penetration and kicking, that helped a lot, especially JoJo found me a lot, and that helped me get me going. And the guys as well, we don't have any selfish players. We help one another, so that's a good thing.
That victory gives head coach Stu Morrill 400 total career wins. Wow, that is stupendous. It's stutacular. It's just plain stupor. Let's see what he had to say about it.
I see why I'm retiring if they're as tough as this one. I mean, God, I don't remember a tougher win in a while, but yeah, I really don't even know what to say about that.
No, Stu, don't talk about retirement. There's still 4 more games left in the season, so I don't think he will be moving to that sandy beach just yet. There was not much time for the Aggies to rest as the Rebels from UNLV came a-running to town Tuesday night. JoJo McClaston had 6 assists in this last game and continued to dish them out. See that sweet dime? Darius Perkins gives them a brutal jab step and then makes the automatic 3. But right now, he is just too much to handle. And you see, again, in the corner 3, contested, he doesn't care. He hits it anyway. And Chris Smith, he likes to shoot too. And he says, hey, that looks like fun. I'm just going to throw up a 3 in your face as well. So it all comes down to crisp passes like that sets up Jalen Moore for another 3. But this right here is the assist of the night. You see Bolton just threads the needle, somehow makes it in between both of those defenders. And let's see it again from this angle. Oh, and then it's just a big dunk, and that mustache is fired up. So let's see it from the GoPro angle. Oh, it is just too pretty, right? So that dunk would get them going, and man, this was a blowout. Ended up with almost a 20-point blowout. So that would give the W to the Aggies.
And we're hungry for wins. 5 games in a row in the Mountain West is pretty good. You know, huge confidence boost for us. We got on the road for 2 hard places to play, so we just got to bring it to those places too. So,
looking at the Mountain West standings, you see Utah State highlighted there, and they are 10-5 in conference play, which puts them like really close to the middle of the pack. But even though they have sealed up that bye week spot for conference tournament, it might just be the toughest part of their season to come as they take on Air Force and Wyoming on the road before coming home to face Colorado State in Coach Morrill's final game in the Spectrum. While the men's team is red hot, now the women's team is looking to end a 5-game losing slump as they go up against San Jose State. So you see here, Franny Va'aulu, not normally known for a 3-pointer, just flushes it down straight on and hits the shot. And there she's passing it in. And that is Ingrida Streakus, and she is just brutal in the paint. I don't think anybody wants to be around those elbows. So here you see the sweet dime threads the needle, and Tiana Dukic finishes it off. The Aggies were just playing great in this one and came out strong in the second half where they've been struggling. And defensively, Tiana Dukic gets the block. And then here comes Tyler Clark as the last seconds of the game, and she dives on the ball with a hustle. And that would be the final turnover in that one, as the Aggies would pull out the win, which they've struggled to do lately.
Part of growing up, another part of girls hitting big shots. So this should go a long ways for us.
The positive momentum gained from finally finishing off a team late in the game, unfortunately, would only last until Saturday, when the Aggies fell to Fresno State on the road.
Hey, thanks, Chris. Coming up next, an activity at USU that has soul and food.
If you drive buzzed, it could cost you around $10,000. You'll face major legal fees, major fines, and steep insurance penalties. You could lose everything. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Do you like soul food? There was plenty of it at the Black Student Union's Soul Food Dinner on Saturday night. Our Tori Green is standing by live to tell us more about the annual tradition. What's up, Tori?
Hi guys. Yeah, Saturday night was a great evening. Oh gosh, the collard greens, the fried chicken, the bread pudding, the banana pudding. I mean, it was just good. But it wasn't just about the food.
We have a traditional soulful meal, and we just try to give knowledge to the community, both off campus and on campus, about Black culture. We surround it around dinner, which, you know, is based off of like traditional Southern food. My council and I have worked tirelessly, and I couldn't ask for a better group of girls. My exec council there, an amazing group of girls. We had bumps, but we came out triumphant. I'm really excited about it.
I like the event and I like the food.
Ain't no sunshine when it's gone, and this house just ain't. This one, we're gearing it more to edifying people. We want to make sure that they're learning something when they leave. They're just not coming for a plate of food. You know, they're coming to get knowledge about Black culture through music and fashion and dancing and, you know, just the arts, really.
I think it's really important for me to be a part of this because it connects me with my roots, but then it also gives the students a chance to have an advisor who's from the same culture and understands and can teach and mentor them as well.
So there was more entertaining, but the people didn't get here because of the snowstorm. But the cornbread, it wasn't as good as mine. So if you want that recipe, holla at your boy.
Thanks, Tori. If you'd like to give Tori a holla, then send him a message on our Facebook page. Thanks for joining us at Aggie TV News.
Be sure to come back next week for more of this great show. Thanks, guys.
Subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. I just sat there.